it's a little too urban. Urban. Don't you want to get promoted? You may want to think about that if you're going to go and do locks in the corporate world. If you're on the fence about getting sister locks, watch this video till the end. We're going to be talking about 3 reasons why you should not get sister locks. Hey tribe, what's up? Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Nya. I had sister locks for it's coming on 10 years. I can't even believe it. And on this channel, basically what we talk about is life, locks, and how to level up. So if that's of interest to you, definitely hit that subscribe button. Today we are talking about why you shouldn't get sister locks. I did a video a few months ago and you guys gave some really great feedback. And in that video, I talked about 3 things that you needed to consider before ever consider getting locks. If you haven't watched that video, I'll put a link to it here and in the description below. And we covered 3 things then. So today we are covering 3 more reasons why, if you're on the fence about getting sister locks, you want to watch this video till the end. If any of these kind of scenarios apply to you, I want you to really consider whether or not sister locks are for you. And there's no hate here, there's no judgment. This is just really about giving you the reality of what it is to be a locked sister, right?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Like, I hope that everybody likes my hair. Oh, okay, I'm gonna get sister locks, and I know everybody is gonna absolutely love my hair. They're gonna think it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be fantastic. But as long as everybody loves my hair, I'll be okay.
No. If you are a person who is concerned about other people's opinions of you and of your hair, in my experience, not everybody is going to support your decision. So if that's you, and if you're one of those people who are super concerned what other people think about your hair, about what you look like, then I will caution you, because sister locks is one of those things that you don't know what it's going to look like. Even when you get them, like when you initially get them, they may change a lot over the course of even like the first 2 years in terms of what your locks, your starter locks look like to what your mature locks look like. And I can testify that, again, I started with like locks that I felt looked like spider webs, really thin and gangly, and you could kind of see through them. And then it kind of morphed over time and care. So just wanted to pause for a second to show you actual photos of where I started to where I am now in my hair journey. It was a process. It looked very different from when I started to where I am now, but it is a process and it can be a long journey. But it morphed over time into like really full, beautiful locks that I loved 10 years later. The thing is that process isn't easy, and people have opinions about you, about your hair, about your locks, that if you are that type of person who really cares and you want that acceptance from people, it may not happen, right? So for myself, I know I had people that I work with be like, you shouldn't do that. It's not professional. You know, it's a little too urban for your industry. Don't you want to get promoted? You may want to think about that if you're going to go and do locks in the corporate world, right? Even like some of my close friends were like, I don't think you should do it. I don't know. Like, you're not going to be able to change your hair very much. You sure you're going to like that forever? Because aren't they forever? That is what I got. I did have, of course, friends who were like, girl, do it. You go. And I thank them because they helped me kind of not listen to the other half. But if you are a person who really cares about what people's opinions of you are, and you're worried about, you know, what people are going to think, then I would caution you that this is not easy. And you may or may not be accepted, whether it's by your partner, by your friends, family, coworkers, what have you. They may have different opinions about locks in general, and they may put that on you. So you've got to be able to hear them, and that's fine. Everybody can have their opinion, but don't take on what they say, because you don't want to spend $1,200, sometimes $2,000, right? Inflation is no joke. You don't want to spend $2,000 and then you get, one or two opinions from people saying, you sure you should have done that? And then you decide that you're going to go cut them off, right? Like, no, this takes too long and it's too much money for you to be doing that.
I love dyeing my hair. I love dyeing my hair all different colors. Like right now, of course, I have black, but like I do blonde, I do blue, I do purple, all color, all the time. That's me.
So if that's you, if you're the type of person who loves to change your color, loves to dye their hair on a regular basis, I need to let you know, with Sisterlocks, you are not really doing anything with your hair for probably about the first 6 months to 12 months, depending on how long it takes your locks to actually bond together and lock. So it's really important to note, right? Like if you are one of those people who loves color, and like I see some people now, I'm like, oh my gosh, that color would look amazing on me, and I want to do it. Even 10 years later, and I'm still very cautious, right? I do dye my hair. I only started dyeing my hair probably year 4, I wanna say, and they recommend that you don't dye your hair for at least a year. Typically, at least that's what my loctician advised. And so I dye my hair 3 times a year, every 4 months, just because I have a few grays here, and but that's really it. And I just dye it like jet black. Right? So if you are one of those people who really likes to dye your hair, likes to change up the color and all of that, you may want to consider if Sisterlocks is for you, because for that first little while, you're not chemically treating your hair, and that includes coloring it. There are some dyes and colors that are a little bit more gentle on your hair. I'll leave some links to ones that may be a little bit more gentler for you, but even so, it's not recommended that you do that really until you have fully formed locks.
I love playing up in my hair. I wear wigs, I wear weaves. I love changing my hair like every week. I want sometimes I'll have a bob, and then another time I'll have like a wig down to here. Like this is me, right? Like I love to change up my hairstyle, to throw on wigs, weaves, and everything in between. That's me.
So if that's you and you find that you love putting in weaves, you love putting on wigs, you love doing all of that, I caution you again, because Sisterlocks, especially when you're first starting, you need to be so gentle with your hair. And although you may be able to put on a wig, depending on how thick and that sort of thing, you may be able to put on a wig to kind of cover your locks. But I will let you know that as time goes on, and your locks, especially for myself, like when your locks get longer, it's really hard to tuck all of this under a wig. Also, things like weaves, not going to happen anymore. Braids, again, not going to happen. There are some lock extensions and things like that you can do. But again, just knowing, going right into it, that this is not the same. You're not going to be able to swap out. I used to be a wig girl. I used to wig it. I used to weave it. I used to braid it. I used to do all of that. And since I've had locks, besides, I think the first few months of me having my Sisterlocks, when I was still I call it my spider web phase, but I was still in my spider web phase where my hair was really thin and it just wasn't looking the way I wanted it to. I was wigging it. And then my friend told me about myself and dashed my wig. And that was the end of it. But I will caution you, if you are somebody who likes to change it up with lots of wigs, weaves, and braids, it's not going to work with Sisterlocks. So just keep that in mind. I hope you enjoyed this video on these 3 things that you should really think about before getting Sisterlocks. If you haven't seen the other video, I would encourage you to go and watch the first video, because this is part 2. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, comment below, and let me know if you already have locks, what's been your experience in terms of any one of these 3 things. And if you don't have locks yet, does this information help? Thank you so much. Check you later. Much love.